Hello folks, welcome to a short stream today. We're gonna have a quick run on Arena. We need to cast black and white spells to discharge our dailies, and to do that we are going to... what are we going to pay? What are we going to play today? Black and white. We could try Orzhov Shadow. Yesterday I was trying the red-black Death Shadow. We could copy that. Ooh, they changed the icons. Interesting. We can clone that and change that into Orzhov Death. And we can change the red element in the deck into white. There are plenty of good white creatures. Although Embercleave will be an interesting loss. I mean, one of the main reasons why I wanted to try red was Embercleave. It's just pretty good. It's just pretty good for getting Death Shadow to actually hit the opponent's face. Sorin I want, but I don't want the red cards. I do want the white ones, right? So we do want we need a bunch of concealed courtyards, pathways, shrines. What else do we need? We might need 2 sanctums. How are we doing on lands then? Oh, that's already 22. That's more than what we need. Oh wow, okay. So then we don't really... Alright, we don't want the stepway, the pathways. We might want the spark and Fracture and Vanishing Verse in the sideboard. And we might want Final Payment in the... we might want Final Payment in the main. Final payment in the main, because we don't mind actually paying 5, right? So it's better for us than the grasp. It gets us down in life very, very quick. And that's something we want in this deck actively. Kaya can be pretty good in the sideboard these days. There's so much going on with graveyards. And I mean, if we are not playing... if we are not playing the... yeah, if you're not playing the Embercleave, then this is good as a Loris deck. Now we can play 1 Frost Dragon and 1 Dunes, Shifat Dunes. How many? That's 20 lands. That's perfectly fine for us. Very good, very good. And then for the sideboard, Consoles is actually decent, but removal is probably, straight up removal is probably just better. So we would want probably the Sentinel and the dog, right? To defend our shadows. Yep. The dog. What else would we want? Sentinel, dog. What else is good in white? I mean, Ranger. Oh, Ranger Captain is 3 mana. Shush. Talia can be good, but we are playing quite a few spells. Is there some other good 1 or 2 mana text piece that I can't think of at the moment? I always love Mana Tithe in the sideboard. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. And I think in this case, I would also be happy, because Fracture is just much better than Feed the Swarm, right? Yep. So I would be quite happy to have the, not Rule of Law, sorry, what is the Deafening Silence against Phoenix and similar decks which want to cast multiple spells per turn. Yeah. So how do we look? I think my creature count is a little bit low though, so maybe 4 more creatures would be good. Yeah, and I took out some of my most aggressive red creatures, so maybe some card draw would be good, or I mean that's what the Esper Sentinel is there for, Surf, right? Yeah. That's true, that's true. Clinked Dust. Clinked Dust is decent. It would be nice to have some kind of creature that can draw us cards as well. What would be good? What would be good? What would be good? What would be good? Squirrel is cute, but we can't do much with it here. We're not a sec deck. Actually, we would need a good creature, right? A good 2-mana creature in white. Something really aggressive and well costed that can help us to push through. And Kaya doesn't. Yeah, Kaya doesn't make it then. Doesn't quite make it. Fracture can obviously be good. We can add 1 more. So 2 fractures in the side, just in case we play something. Oh, Adanto Vanguard! Perfect creature for this deck. Perfect creature for this deck. Or something that would give... I mean, another good thing would be for us, something that gives Trample. But I don't know whether there is anything that can give Trample. Hushbringer against the opponent. Adversary. Adversary is a cute creature, but it's mainly, I mean, a lifelink creature. Lion's Sash is pretty good as well. It's good against all the graveyard synergies that people play these days. What else could be good with Shadow? That's Shadow, Life, Loss, Atomic. Nah. Atomic is not that cool at the moment. So, I mean, maybe then cut down on... Should we cut down 1 Academe? And Vanishing Verse can go into the side. And we try it like this. Okay, that's good to go. Bite Beetle. You don't really need Infernal Grasp, right? Because we have Vanishing Verse, Fracture, and what's the name of it? Final Payment. Alright, that looks good. And we have the Hives, the Deadlands, the Dunes. Pretty decent mana. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. We have the Plunder, the Pond, Siphoner, Sash, Vanguard. A little bit of hand disruption, a little bit of removal. I mean, maybe, you know, the 3 mana disruption pieces from white would still be better. That's what I feel, that maybe, I mean, Luris is good, but I could imagine that having Ranger Captain of Eos, Thalia main deck, Redain, Archon. So like having a good white base with some life loss and like black splash for Shadow could be better. That's my hunch at the moment. I'm not sure about it, but gonna have later today a class on Schopenhauer with one of my private students. Okay, this is actually a fun hand. I mean, this is just a good... I think this is just a good aggro hand. I could have gone with dunes, but yeah. I think this way it's gonna be okay. We just go with the Shrine, untapped, Vanguard. We have a pretty good board. Whatever opponent does is going to be quite costly for them. We can draw cards off it. It's not easy for them to remove the Vanguard. Courtyard is excellent. We're going to Totsies them. And we can also Painful Bond. I mean, I think Day of Judgment is pretty good to get rid of. Expressive Iteration would also be nice to take out. Yep, I think we just go with this for the moment, and we hit them for 4, which is pretty nice. We have a good, decent clock established. Next turn we can take Lurus, or, you know. Oh, they don't? Really? That's strange. They might have an Archmage then. Archmage's Charm, and they're thinking about stealing my Esper Sentinel. Maybe. I don't know. What are they planning? Archmage's Charm on Sentinel, right? Yep. And I might just kill my own Sentinel there, to be honest. Yeah, I don't want them to have it. Nah. And then I can get it back with Lurus, actually. That's probably much better than giving it to them. Yep. We draw a card because they can't pay the tax. Resolve, but it doesn't do anything. We get another Adanto Vanguard, and we put Lurry in our hand, and we go in for 3. Yep. That was a pretty decent turn. And Lurry can get back the Esper Sentinel next turn, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Lurry gets back the Esper Sentinel. Maybe I should have played Vanguard. I mean, hitting for 6 next turn would be pretty cool. And they would need very specific removal to get rid of them. But, So they're gonna have Tef. Tef is pretty annoying. Okay, my turn. Cypher. It's not that great. So I think we're just gonna go with Lurry and get back Sentinel. It's just too good not to, right? I mean, if they play Tef or anything else, they have to either use up their mana and they can't leave it up for any removal or anything else, or they have to pay. They give us new cards, and we're not ahead on cards, but we're almost at parity, which is pretty amazing against a control deck, especially after 2 expressive iterations and a Fabled Passage. Yep, okie dokie. So we're just gonna go ahead and play another Pathway. We could even activate the... Maybe we have Lethal. 4, 8, 10. We do have Lethal, right? If I activate the Dunes. How much is that to activate? 4. So we're gonna bring another Esper Sentinel, just in case my opponent has some kind of shenanigan going on. We'll sack the Dunes, give a +1/+1 to everything. I mean, they obviously kept the mana up, so they have some kind of shenanigan going on here. I don't know what exactly, but the Wandering Emperor. Okay, now that's something I can draw a couple of cards off. Yep. Thank you, that's very nice of you. What is it targeting? The Vanguard? Most likely the Vanguard, right? I mean, that's the most difficult for him to get rid of. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, well, it's still... Hit them for 6 and have 2 Esper Sentinels up is not horrible. I mean, they might have a board wipe here, though. I can get rid of that, so that's okay. You need a bit more than that. Now they can play the 2 tax, sadly. And they're going to... So they have 2 creatures. So what's the play? What's the play? What is the play here? I mean, I think I just want to get rid of their samurai. First and foremost. Pay the tax. Go in. We're gonna block with the sentinel, sure. I'm gonna bring back one of my sentinels. Yep. And bring back sentinel. Bring Adanto Vanguard. And do you have an answer to Vanguard? They need an answer to Vanguard. I mean, they might have another Wandering Emperor. In that case, they can, of course, answer it. So I think now we can do 2 things. One is we can activate Cave of the Frost Dragon. We can make a big shark. They can bring the... I don't think they can survive this. I don't think there's any way for them to survive this, but I think I'm just gonna activate the cave here and go in with everything. I mean, if they have settled the wreckage, then sure, that's pretty good, but nothing else will quite cut it. Oh, they're gonna go for the... what? The heck? They're gonna try and steal the Esper Sentinel to make a blocker? How strange is that? But how does that help them? I mean, my Cave of the Frost Dragon will just fly in. Right? Yeah. Was this just a weird flex from them? Like they were trying to show me what an amazing play they had? Probably. Okay, I mean, it was a pretty cool play, I have to admit. I did like how they did it. We don't want Fatal Push too much. Kozilek can be good, but can also be a bit dead, especially later on in the game. Zesh can be good because they have they just showed us their Torrential Gearhulk. I mean, Payment can still be good if they make Torrential Gearhulks. We're happy if they can remove them. Although, actually, we are probably better with Vanishing Verse and Fracture and these part here. And Manotype and Talia would be good. Talia, the problem is Talia makes art. They don't want to play that many cards, right? So maybe Type is okay. Shadow, I mean, Shadow is what we want to kill them with. We can go down some Shadows because they can actually make blockers and remove creatures quite easily. Yeah. Also Siphoner, whether Siphoner survives long enough. Maybe having 3 Tithe is just better. We can get 1 or 2 creatures on the board and start pressuring them and get in safely a few times. And that's most likely the better option. Okay. So. That's not great, but not horrible either. I mean, we do have some card draw, we do have the Savior, we do have Plunder. And they go first. I don't think we have a very good chance against a control deck if we go second anyway, so might as well just go with the dog here. We drew so many lands. Why do I draw 4 lands out of 20? 6 lands. Ooh, this is pretty horrible. This is pretty horrible. Do we want to plunder or do we want to bond? Maybe plundering them is okay. But probably bonding would have been more important, right? I mean, finding a Sentinel, finding an Adanto Vanguard. Yeah. What do we get? We get Frost Bliss. Oh my god, what a horrible. Okay. That is definitely a mistake. I should have gone with the painful bond, of course. Of course. Let's have a look at what we can get. 2 more lands? Man, this is impossible. Dude, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need to restart the client quickly. Sorry everyone, my computer is going a bit bonky, and I think that's the usual overload with the arena short-term memory. I don't know why I do get this problem sometimes, and in those cases I need to restart, otherwise my client's connection becomes horrible and I end up just drawing straight up lands for like 10 turns. But restarting very often solves this problem. It must be, I don't know. I've been playing on laptop for a long time, and sometimes laptops do have this problem. I think something about the client's memory usage is a bit brutal. Even though I have a pretty decent GeForce integrated on this laptop. Never mind. I mean, in this case, we probably just keep the cave. Or play the cave, attack with the dog, and keep up the tithe and the bond. Yeah, but this is a bit absurd. I mean, look at this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana sources. But even without the Snarland, that's 7. I mean, that's just obviously a bit bonky. Lands are in Arena marked differently for the Shuffler because the Shuffler does want to adjust land draws in many cases. For example, if you look at Best of One, they have an algorithm where the purpose is that you should get smoother hands, but also for other purposes, play experience purposes, they sometimes use this kind of smoothing and in some formats. So, you know, Archmage's Charm, yeah, I mean, that's a problem. It's nice that it's gone, but so this is how we're going to die. This is how we're going to die. I mean, this is totally ridiculous, but never mind. We're gonna have to get rid of that token, right? We don't want it to block later a something like Cave of the Frost Dragon or whatever. We're just gonna put our lures in our hand and say go. We lands for days, so we're perfectly fine with that. There's only a 28% chance that we're going to draw a land, but there has been a sub 40 chance forever now, and we nevertheless keep drawing lands. So, yep. Opponent is going to iterate. Let's hope they mess up their mana sequencing. Then we would have a chance to catch something out, but probably they won't. Yeah, they won't. Going to have to lure us. They will have another charm. No, okay, I mean, Lurrus survives. We get the Savior on board as well. That's pretty decent. That's 4 damage per turn clock, and Savior can defend Lurrus and come back again and again. So they need something slightly more expensive. We will do this just because it's nice if Savior isn't more expensive. We can survive if Lurrus is a bit more expensive, like one of our cards. I mean, we have a ton of mana anyway, so we're gonna maybe could Painful Bond, and they have to use up their mana. It's not necessarily horrible, but I mean, at this point, they're just withdraw another land. God, no, no, please, please don't. I mean, come on. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh God, we have 20 in the deck. Come on, dude. Don't do this. The Wandering Emperor. We're gonna counter that. Thank you. We're gonna counter that. We're gonna Toad Seize and get rid of the Dream Troller. And what are we gonna do next? I mean, we don't have enough mana to get Lurrus. It's a bit expensive. We can play Dog and keep up some mana. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What a weird turn. Oh, of course. Iteration number 3. 4? 3. Brilliant. Dang, Iteration is a brutal spell. It's just so backbreaking to play against it because, you know, I mean, Painful Bond is a very good spell, don't get me wrong, but it's nearly not as busted as Iteration because Iteration gives you selection as well, right? So it's a different level of goody goodness. We can get rid of that, but it's a bit too late, right? Yeah, sadly. So that's 5 to basically activate and get to work. Well, we're gonna play the Lurrus. We're gonna make them use their Day of Judgment, and then we're going to do Agadeem's Awakening our Lurrus. But I mean, at some point they're going to get a. Oh, of course. At some point they're going to get a Teferi or something else, and then from that point on, we're just gonna be in a pretty. We're gonna be at a pretty big disadvantage. Okay, we can start going in with this. I mean, that's something. And we can start getting rid of their spells, which is also good. Adanto Vanguard is not that easy to sweep. We might even have a chance here. I mean, we need 2 turns and we're good. Yeah, that doesn't do anything, buddy. And I have 2 manlands. Wow, manlands for the win, people. Manlands for the win. This was just good. Lucky with the manlands. The rest of our draw was pretty awful. Only draw spells and nice. So we opened 1 time, but we can still open another time. That's so funny. Yeah, this is pretty good for white cards. And I mean, I guess that's it from me for today. I still have a bit of work. Maybe we can play a best of 1 quickly with the 2-trick pony. That can be pretty good against creature decks, but we need to be on the play. If we are on the drawdown, we are most likely going to lose. It's a tricky deck. It's a tricky deck. Yep. Are we going to be on the draw or are we going to lose? They go first. This is a horrible hand. I mean, We have a lot of removal. I don't know, but this is not a good hand, right? We can't keep this. Okay, I mean, this is slightly better, I guess. But we do need a bit more land. Now you see, the chance to draw lands is around 40%, so much better than in the previous games. I wonder how many lands there are going to be in a row, because we need to get up to 4. Rakdos something. This deck is good in best of 1, sadly. It's pretty decent. I don't know, we do need to get rid of their notice stuff. But we also do need to get the raise the alarm going. But for the moment this is okay. I mean, we're still on 17. Trespasser can remove things from the graveyard. That's pretty annoying. We just have to hope to be able to cast the Wrath of God, right? But until then, we should try and slow them down, I guess. So we're gonna get rid of their Harvester, get some life back. But that can exile cards, right? Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks. So it's not really good for us. Not really good. We're gonna cast this. And we're gonna raise the alarm at the end of their turn. And then we can creativity for 1. If we would draw another land, we could still only creativity. We could creativity for 2. That would be amazing. We need 1 more land. Unexpected Windfall is also okay, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Just get it. Yes, 3 damage. I don't mind. Sure, it's not too horrible. Unless they have good targeted discard, we're probably okay. The thing is, can we afford to cast Unexpected Windfall? But do we need to cast? Swirling Discovery could be okay. I mean, I think I'll just have to go with. I just have to go with this and get one of our Fetzos. What? No! Dang it! Dang it, mate. Lord. That's annoying. Okay. I see. Should have gone with Unexpected Windfall, I see. Dang, I think we're gonna lose to this Glutton. It's just gonna exile everything, so... I mean, that doesn't even matter that much, right? Because... yeah, doesn't matter that much. If we get a 4th land, we can still Wrath of God and win a little time. Okay, but that's not a... that's not a helpful solution. We're almost dead. We're almost dead. If they have a Glory Bringer or anything, I'm going to cry. Or Chandra. Dang, that Fatal Push. Man, they're playing this deck in best of 1. So unusual for me. Of course we throw the tapped lands. Dang. Please play 1 more. That's good. Okay, I actually like that. That's happy for us. We can wreck. Yeah, do they have a trick to save one of their creatures? I mean, if they do, then they're just dead. They didn't. That's good. Okay, we wipe the board. We can wipe again. So they would need probably a Hasty Threat or a Planeswalker that can burn us out in 2-3 turns. Wow, they have Goblin Dark Dwellers. That's pretty fun. Okay, but their hand is probably not very good because they're looking at their Castle Locthwain, which is usually a pretty desperate move. So I think now we're just gonna go for the... Now we're just gonna go for this. Make some treasures, get some cards. Yeah. Okay, we're not actually doing badly. We can still... Next turn, we can Indomitable Creativity for 2. And then we can still make a comeback. What do you have, opponent? What do you have? It's my main phase. They're really thinking about their castle. Why is my opponent thinking so hard about it? They're in 20 life. They need the cards to beat me as fast as they can. I'm a combo deck. Dude, if you don't beat me in 1-2 turns, I'm gonna combo off and you're gonna be dead. Unless you have artifact removal as well, main deck. Which maybe they do, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna play this for 2. We can pay for it now with normal mana. They shouldn't have played into... Okay, so one of them has to be creature. Oh, and the other is Ulamog. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. Can you do anything to get through? Ooh, well done. Well done. Okay, I mean, that's one down, obviously. And, yeah, do you have more burn to the face? Do they have a 3 mana damage spell? Maybe they do. I mean, if they're playing something like Skewer or Lightning Bolt, then I'm dead. Then I'm just dead. I am the dino. I don't know. Okay. What are they getting back? Uh-huh. I mean, I think I'm just gonna Thrilling Discovery here and gain my 2 lives. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. I like the cards that I have, but I still have 1 manland I can activate, and I would rather get the 2 life. And yeah, obviously we're gonna go in with Ulamog. We're gonna mill half their deck. Turn to them. They're really, they don't have a manland. Can they deal 5 in a hasty way? But Ulamog is just going to deck them. So if they can't deal 5 to me in this turn, I win the game. Oh, I love my 2-Tricks Pony deck. It's such a fun deck. And look, I mean, I really like these Rakdos mid-range decks. I think they're brilliant. I think Trespasser, Giant, they're very good creatures. This is a bit spicy. I would probably rather play Connoisseur or Glorybringer, but it's a valid choice. There are some strong spells running around. But it's very risky to play a mid-range deck in a format like Best of One because everyone is trying to combo off, literally, so... Well, anyway, this was really fun. Thank you so much for joining in today. It was lovely to have you around, and I'm gonna say goodbye for today. It's a bit busy, but I'll continue probably tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye-bye.